Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a Sephora haul update. I figured, you know what, I need to get these Sephora videos in before the Sephora sale happens, which I will have the dates in the description box if you didn't already know that it's coming up at the end of October. This was well timed. It's been about a month since I purchased these products and I wanted to update you on all these things before the Sephora sale. So if you were curious about any of these products from my previous haul video, I'm gonna let you know my final thoughts on these, whether I returned anything or not, and overall whether I think these were worth the buy. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, for spending some time with me today. If you've not already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and let's go ahead and begin this Sephora haul update. Last month was the month of concealers, and I have 4 of them here to share with you. The Natasha Denona you can get on Sephora US, but I can't get it in Canada, but I included the Natasha Denona products still in my Sephora video because I wanted to update you in these videos on them. We are going to update you on all 4 of these concealers. Let's start off with my favorite, and it is the Makeup by Cheryl, which is conflicting. I feel like some people are loving it, some people are hating it, and I think this is because this does remind me a lot of my Hourglass concealer in terms of how thick it is and the dry down of it. It gives really good coverage. Not as much as Hourglass. I think it's a little bit more workable than Hourglass, but I feel like because that's the kind of concealer I like, I compare them together because they are on the thicker side. They both give a really nice lifted look to my under eye and just cancel everything that I want. I already feel like I'm halfway done. My Makeup by Cheryl one, that's crazy. I didn't realize I was using it so much. I might actually have to pick this up during the Sephora sale because I am going through this quite fast. I've been loving it, using it so much, and it is my favorite one of the 4. So I wanted to start off there and let you know that it is my favorite one. I did a whole video on all the new concealers that launched if you want to know a little bit more about each. Then we have the Haus Labs concealer, which I feel like even more people are loving this one. I love the foundation more than this. This one's different in a sense that it is on the thicker side, but it is a little bit more hydrating. Compared to the foundation, the consistencies are different. It makes sense because this is a concealer to have that kind of thicker consistency and a little bit more coverage. I do love how hydrating this is, but with that being said, I have noticed days where this does crease on me. The Makeup by Cheryl is self-setting, if you didn't already know, so you don't actually have to use that much powder with it, and I feel like you're good to go with that one, at least on my eyes. It works really, really nicely. This one I have noticed a little bit of creasing here and there, but I still really love it and I would recommend it. I would repurchase that one too. One that caught me off guard is the Tower 28 concealer. And this one is so special. I don't have anything in my collection like this, and I would also recommend this one. I personally would recommend this one over the Haus Labs because it is so thin. It has a serum-like consistency while being hydrating. I find this creases less. It does have a different sort of finish to it. While the Haus Labs is also hydrating, this one has more of a radiant finish to it. This is what I wanted the Charlotte Tilbury Radiant Skin Concealer to be. This is perfect for me in that sense. This is what I've been wanting from a radiant concealer without being unflattering, settling nicely underneath my eyes and not emphasizing anything, just looking really fresh and awake and just really youthful. I feel like love the consistency, everything about it. Highly, highly recommend. I can see people liking this the most out of every concealer out there just because of how it performs on me. It is a fantastic concealer. And I think it's actually a little bit better than this next concealer, which is the Natasha Denona. And I know people are really liking the Natasha Denona if they have more mature under eyes. I feel like the Tower 28 works just a little bit better on my under eye area. And they're both serum concealers because this one is a little bit thinner, but you might like that thickness in this one because for my Hourglass, my Makeup by Cheryl, I tend to go towards thicker concealers. This one, again, I do notice I can have a little bit of creasing, and I just feel like some of my other concealers give a little bit more lift to the under eye area. I don't think this is a bad concealer by any means. Definitely repurchasable, but there's others that I've just gravitating towards more that have released. So my preference would have to be Makeup by Cheryl and the Tower 28 if I were to pick 2 of the concealers because both are quite different, so I can warrant having both. But just my final summarized thoughts on those concealers, because I did do a whole video on all the popular concealers. I didn't want to spend another video talking about all these concealers, so that's kind of my ranking here. And then I also got the Makeup by Cheryl concealer brush. Been really enjoying this. I still prefer my BK Beauty brushes over this just because they have a little bit more weight to them, and if you were wanting to go even more luxe, the Hourglass brush has even more of a luxe feel. I would have loved it if it was dual-ended, so it could have been better, but I'm still glad I picked it up. And then I also got the new Natasha Denona palette, which again, can't get on Sephora Canada anymore, but Natasha Denona I have decided to include in my Sephora videos. So this is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. And the color story of this is so stunning, and oh my goodness, an eyeshadow just fell out of my palette. Wow, you really gonna do that to me? Natasha! And it's not even the pan. That is so disappointing. So I can't lift that up for you now. Just gonna press that back in. What's Beautylicious policies for palettes? I hate when stuff like that happens. And I actually wanted to answer a couple questions I've been getting about this palette because the Makeup by Cheryl Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette re-released. People have been asking for a comparison between the two. Here is the Makeup by Cheryl one. Can I try? Here. That's the best I can do without it falling out again. But you can see the color stories are very similar, I feel. And someone asked which one I would recommend for those with medium skin. I personally would go with the Makeup by Cheryl one because it does have a little bit more depth than you can get with the Natasha Denona. The Natasha Denona all over has a little bit more shades, and this one has more of those sparkly kind of textures to it. So if texture is important to you, this one is different in the sense of how sparkly some of these shades are. The Natasha has more of a smooth metallic sort of finish, and this one definitely has that kind of topper feel to it with some of the shades in it. I didn't get this time around, but I did get this last time it was released. So I just wanted to give that brief comparison, hopefully answer some questions in this video, whether you should buy one or the other, because I have been getting some questions and I just wanted to answer it all here. But both are beautiful. Hopefully this didn't happen to anyone else's. Let me know if it was the shade Delilah that just kind of shrank and fell out of the palette. I have no idea why that would have happened. Now, moving along, we got some Rare Beauty products, and I picked up the brow gel and also the eyebrow pencil. Love the brow gel, didn't care for the brow pencil because the brow pencil, it was a thicker one, which I'm okay with. I prefer a thinner type of pencil, but it was the color for me. The color looked almost green on my skin, which was confusing. So I didn't care for it because of the color, but I loved the brow gel because it does give a really nice laminated look to the brows if that's what you're going for. It really locks them down and doesn't leave behind any residue. So it's a nice thin formula, which I prefer, and doesn't have any gunky sort of residue you have to clean off, because a lot of brow gels I feel like can get that way on your skin. This one is just really easy to use. Then we picked up some Patrick Ta products. I kind of went a little nuts for Patrick Ta this past month because I did a video full face of Patrick Ta. I was recreating a look he did on Alex Earl, which I fell in love with. I picked up the lip combo he used, which is She's Strong, the lip liner, which I would just sooner use MAC Cork, I feel like. I just felt like it was a little expensive for what it is. Nothing wrong with it by any means. I just personally wouldn't repurchase it. What I really love though is the lipstick and blushing, and I'm wearing that on my lips today, and I did the lip combo that he has been doing, which I'll list down below. It's a really pretty lipstick, has some mauve undertones to it, and just is a really nice pink with a little bit of that kind of purpley vibe to it. Really nice cool tone. And then I also repurchased the eyebrow pencil, which I really love for the tone of this. And this is in medium brown. This one is like the perfect color on my brows. I'm wearing that today. My brows do look a little bit darker because I did dye them. So they're looking a little bit more ashy, I feel like, than normal. So I'm gonna have to sort that out. But that is what I'm wearing in my brows today. And then I fell in love with this palette. In love. This is from Patrick Ta, and it's the Major Dimension 3 palette. This is his matte eyeshadow palette, and the row of cool tones, I cannot get enough. You can see I'm doing some damage on her. Like, she is getting love from me. I'm wearing it today, and I've been wearing it so much. Doing this sort of cool tone look, I feel like this has been my October vibe. And end of September, honestly. This has been a month of me just wanting to use this over other palettes. I've just been Really enjoying this palette. I love an all matte look, and I'm just a huge fan of the Patrick Ta matte eyeshadow formula. I think it's super pigmented and I get a good blend on them. I did a full dedicated video on that palette because I loved it so much. It deserved a dedicated. That look in that video I basically want to wear for the rest of my life. That's how much I'm loving it right now. And then I did repurchase something in a full size because I had a sample of it and fell in love. This is the Cali Ray Surf Proof Setting Spray. Love this more than Charlotte Tilbury. I've been saying this in videos, which is a big claim, but it's almost more natural on my skin. It doesn't leave any sort of stickiness as well, and it has an amazing wear to it. So it says it's clean, hydrating, and long wear. I just love it because of how it melts everything together, lets my makeup wear all day, and is more of a natural type of finish to the skin. It gives a little bit more hydration, I feel, and I just overall love how my skin looks when I wear this. I think it's really nice. And then I also picked up the Sol de Janeiro After Hours, which I do also enjoy. This is very different from other Sol de Janeiro scents. This has more depth to it, more of a nighttime scent. Very similar to Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb to me. The midnight one I had to clarify because the last time I said Viktor and Rolf, it's without the patchouli though. Like I don't get that patchouli vibe. Also, people have been comparing this to the Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium fragrance, and I can totally see that as well. So if you like those type of fragrances, I think you'd really like this one. It's just in a body mist type of fragrance. I feel like for me, it's a little bit easier to wear those deeper scents in a fragrance mist as opposed to the concentration of an actual perfume. So I have been enjoying it. I think it's beautiful for this time of year. And then the last thing I have here to talk about are these samples that I picked up. I just wanted to give my brief thoughts because I have used these. And we have the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow. I wouldn't pick this up again. There's other mascaras I like more. This was actually kind of nice for the lower lashes. It has one of those rubberized bristle wands, slightly hourglass, as you can see right there. But I just didn't like how it made my lashes look, and definitely more than one coat wasn't needed. It took a while actually to build up with this mascara for me. And then the MAC Fix Plus Stay Over alcohol-free long-lasting setting spray. I've been wanting to test this out for a while, but because I have recently discovered Cali Ray, it just doesn't compare. Nothing wrong with it. It worked. It does what it says. I love that it's alcohol-free as well for a setting spray. However, I'm just in love with the finish of the Cali Ray one more. And that's the only reason I could say against this because I love my Cali Ray so much. So I actually got through that update pretty fast. My opinions on this past month were really concise. I felt like I got really good use out of these products to give you my final thoughts on everything and what worked, what didn't, because we did have some products that didn't quite make the cut for me this month, and some products that are just standout faves, holy grails, like that Makeup by Meryl concealer, Tower 28, the palettes that have launched, wow, like I had such a good month. September to October was so good from my previous Sephora haul. I do have one more Sephora haul coming before my Sephora sale haul, so I'm going to be filming that after this video. I hope you guys are looking forward to that haul as well, and of course I will update you on that too, but I'm thinking I'm going to join that with my Sephora sale haul video that I do, just so that I don't have two updates kind of really close together. I hope that makes sense. So I will be combining those two, but we do have another Sephora haul to get to before the sale time, which I am so excited for. You guys know, huge fan of Sephora, love the sale, and I'll obviously be shopping and give you guys my recommendations in that video. So that is to come too. Hope you're looking forward to a lot of Sephora content coming up. It's just that time of year. It happens twice a year, and the holiday season is one that I really love to shop. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, for wanting to know my final thoughts on all the products that I recently hauled in a Sephora haul. And I hope you guys subscribe. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, for taking time out of your day and just hanging out watching this video. I really appreciate the view, the support, the comment, whatever you're doing. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next video.